of a squat right now. You're in the middle of a bench press right now. And you got one of two choices. You can bail, you can fail, or you can adapt. Today, Mornings in the Lab, we talk about adaptability. Here we go. Yep, it's that time of the day again where the sound starts, the loop begins, and it's another day in the gym. Good morning, nation. You got the red-faced guy here with the white hat, the white glasses, the black shirt. You got Keith Billis joining here. Mornings in a Lab with Keith, John, Marty, and producer Christina Flynn. We're talking adaptability with our friend Adam House, the CEO of House of Bricks. I'm coming with you with a reminder first thing this morning. This show has language. Yeah, we drop a few F-bombs, S-bombs, B-bombs, every bomb in the book dropping for you today. So if you got children, take a deep breath. Keith, take a deep breath. If you got children, put them in the room, put the headphones on, walk them out of the room, or sit them down and teach them about all the bad language that's going to come out of my mouth today. Yes. Or put the tip jar on the counter and say, hey, when Uncle Keith says, you're going to get $5. When old Johnny says, you're going to get $10. And when Marty says, wah, we're going to give you $5. Speaking of Marty, John, and producer Flynn, what's going on, nation? How are you today?
Why did Marty get the weird sound, man?
Oh, so guys, Johnny's got the tweed hat on today. He's got the black glasses, the black shirt on. Christina's in her traditional black with the red lipstick. Marty's rocking purple, some purple rain today with the less brunches, more crunches shirt.
It's
light blue.
Is it mauve or am I off my rocker here?
I think it's my sunglasses that are suggesting that it looks to me. I'm offending my friend and my brother Marty 2 minutes into the show this morning.
He looks like he wants to leave.
My boy's got thick skin over there.
It's weird today.
He's saying you're going to have to hit me harder than that.
Oh, man. It's the first 15 minutes of the show. It's called the Morning Loop. It's where we get the show started. We're dropping you guys stuff that's unpredictable, information, entertainment, and fun around the loop here this morning. Hey, Adam House coming in. We're talking adaptability at the bottom of the hour. At the 15-minute mark, we're going to talk about remote work and this controversy. Apparently, by 2027, remote work is going to be done. Nobody's doing remote work anymore. So everybody's going back to the office. You're like, what? Is that actually going to be a thing?
That insinuates you went to the office to begin with.
That's the fucking problem.
Come on, man. My office is the world, brother.
I told myself in my 20s, I'm never going to an office.
I love it. Good morning, Enzo. Good to have you here this morning. Good to see you in the comments there. Enzo, I remember when this was PG and then John joined. Yeah, Johnny joined and everything went to hell in a handbasket. But
okay.
So I have some exciting news that popped through my inbox this morning. So I wanted to share something with you guys this morning that just makes my blood excited, makes my energy high. And it's this news that we received in the last 24 hours that we are being celebrated here in the lab. A little bit of an accomplishment. So a week ago, like less than a week ago, I put up a flag and I was like, hey, we just accomplished something. And then a week later, the flag went even a little bit higher. So nation, I want to thank all of you and I want to thank all my great colleagues on the show. And I want to celebrate all of you with this little accomplishment that according to today, Mornings in the Lab has achieved this accomplishment. 75. Boom, boom. So a little over a week, 10 days ago, we were at 45,000 views. We're up to 75,000 now, team. So we are doing the right things. And that's only happening because you guys are showing up. You're tuning in the mornings, you guys are tuning into our shorts, you're liking our content, you're coming back day after day, and I am forever grateful for that. The only morning show, man, that helps you guys get going, help you guys achieve those audacious goals. We're all about accountability. We're all about helping you achieve what you want to achieve without hitting the snooze button. So I thank you for every single one of those views, every single one of those minutes. And hey, John, Marty, Christina, when folks are hanging, not just dipping in for a second or so, they're like, hey, I want to listen to a song with you guys. And listen, we're not talking to Led Zeppelin 13-minute songs. We're not talking about a Post Malone 2-minute song. No, they're like hanging around for 3, 4, 5 minutes. So we thank you guys for hanging out with us every single day. We love having you guys in the room. What do you think of that, Marty, Johnny? 75,000 people showing up on a regular basis to come see us.
It tells us that we're basically putting some valuable shit on the table for people.
I think we are.
Hey, man, happy to hear. It's good to see, man.
Tina?
That's the part people don't talk about. It's fucking hard to be grinding when you're at 100, 200, 2,000. You talk about the power of compounding. And let's be clear, we don't give a fuck about those numbers. We give a fuck about what those numbers represent. And the numbers represent valuable content out for our audience.
Yes, exactly. I appreciate that, Tina. You're absolutely right. And good time. Listen, good time. We appreciate you. You've been hanging out with me, myself, and Marty since day one, and very grateful for that. And Enzo, my brother, from another munner from the future, we know that you are a big part of those 75,000 views. So I very much appreciate that very much. And to all you on the, I appreciate you guys as well. But listen, we're going to keep the conversation going with the morning loop, and something more fell into my inbox over the weekend. And Marty and John, I got something to throw at you guys that you guys are going to say, what the fuck is this? To a podcast last night. And I don't listen to many, but I listened to podcasts last night and listening to it and was like, fuck, this is really good. These humans are great. I love the intonation. I love the content. And I thought, geez, awesome. Who are these folks? And then I was like, oh, really? I was was surprised. I had a little laughter and I thought, geez, I want to share this with Marty and John and Christina, see what they think. I want to put something on here. Jimmy, we're going to run this, the Google's one click thing here. I got it up on YouTube, but I want to share this with you guys. Google has a product called Notebook LLM. It's a large language model based on a notebook. We're going to talk a little bit of AI for a second, Johnny and Marty. So John, put the fax machine hat on. Marty, put your future hat on. And I want you to enlighten me with what you are going to hear and see. I'm not going to see, but enlighten me with what you're going to hear next. Check this out. Hold on a second here, Jimmy. Okay, we're going to do this here. We're going to go share screen and I'm going to do this. Boom. Okay. Check this out, guys.
I hear something.
Oh, is it not on?
Nope.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
You guys?
Yep.
Turn it up if you can.
Okay.
This is in a wrestling jiu-jitsu setting we're talking about, correct?
Yes. And Johnny, what you heard, Johnny and Marty, none of it was real. There was not a human being recording that. There was not a human being speaking that. There was not a human being with all the banter in between it.
I didn't hear anything or see anything. I didn't hear or see anything.
Put it
Try
back
it again.
We got a story for this. This is shit, man.
Marty, got this?
Still don't hear anything.
Weird.
I got it.
I hear it now. Wow.
So the entire thing is generated, Marty and John. None of that is real. The entire thing you heard there did not have a human involved. Somebody took a document, a PDF that AI wrote. A human didn't even write it. A human didn't put the document inside the application, and a human didn't say anything there. And then it was portrayed to us, and you listened to it. So just wrap your head around that whole experience that none of it was real. Nothing of what you heard existed or happened in real life. John Anderson, comments.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny enough, two things I point out about this. So I've actually had a few different phone calls with different companies I was looking to do something. I don't remember what it was, but I literally picked out that it was not a person. And I said point blank, I said, "You're not a real person, are you?"
Really?
Yeah. And the AI said, "No, I'm not a real person." Swear to God. And you could hear it in like the little subtleties of the voice. You start to hear there's not enough variance. Like that sounded anyway. I just able to pick it out. Then the flip side is this. So I've actually had, I'm just going to protect the innocent family member, get a call from me asking for money. They said it was dead on me. Wasn't me. So I literally had to reach out to my closest family members, the ones that would be subject to me getting in trouble or me having trouble and coming to my rescue and say, "Listen, this isn't going to happen. So don't fall for this shit. If you think there's a problem, text me."
When it's interesting, Marty, I'm going to come to you in a quick second here before we keep the show rolling here. This is happening more and more often. And it's funny because I've talked to my mom and dad about this. I said, my mom and dad are in their 80s. And I'm like, listen, if I phone you for asking for money, it's not me.
Yeah, literally, point blank.
I'm not going to ask you for money over the phone. We don't. And it's something, nation, we got to protect our parents because you heard that. Marty's an interview, Johnny, about what it was like to be the world's strongest man going through this competition. But John's accomplished a few things. And if you have a profile, if you have content of yourself on the internet, it's very easy for somebody to make Tina. It's very easy for somebody to make Marty. It's very easy for somebody to make Keith. And here's the reality, nation. Because we're making 10 hours of content a week, Tina, it's getting easier and easier for somebody to make us.
It's scary, man. It can discourage you to not want to continue to put yourself out there, but we can't do that. We got work to do. But yeah, just got to be mindful and keep people aware of these type of scams. I'm actually glad we're talking about it because it's not something you think about daily.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm telling you, and they go after the public, a lot more. I mean, I can't tell you how many there's been. I've had copycat Instagram pages, copycat Facebook pages, to where one of these book pages was actually reaching out. They were somehow able to reach out to my old customers from a fake page and start talking to them, and was like, literally, I had another customer reach back and said, "Hey, are you okay?" "Of course I'm okay. What's up? Why did you ask me for a few $100?" I said, "I didn't ask a few $100." And I had to trace it all the way back to a fake page. And then the crazy part is I report this son of a bitch and tells me, "No, you can't take it down. I'm the real one." Jesus Christ, look at that page. They're doing a lot of illegal shit over there. And I'm sitting here trying to tell you, shut that down. And you're saying they're the real one. I had probably 25 people report that thing before they took it away.
No kidding. Tina, give me something on the personal branding thing before we move on to the next segment here on the accountability check-in. But lean into the fear around how this fake stuff can have an effect on somebody who's personal brand and what you're an expert in. Talk about how somebody can control their narrative, how somebody can control their brand before somebody else gets a hold of it by doing things like this.
Listen, it's a guarantee. A couple things we talk about in terms of personal brand and entrepreneurship, failure, and now add this one. It will be, if you are out there in any way, shape, or form, you will have this experience. So one, develop close relationships with your community and with your audience to let them know from the jump. There's a lot of best practices that we saw, Keith, in Web3 scams happening all over the place. It means that you as an individual publicly and your community have to become hyper vigilant to any communication. Expect that it's fake, expect that it's a scam, and then go towards the other way with it. Control your narrative. If you want to be out there, if you want to be building a personal brand, if you don't fill in the story, somebody else will, which means there's a lot more risk associated with what you're trying to do. You have to develop trust before you're putting it in an instance where somebody's not going to trust you.
That's it. Build your brand before somebody else does. And what we're going to do is we're going to build some accountability. It's what we do every single day around this time.